like to use Fun Friday as a time to really get to know my students because they're playing games and stuff anyway, so I ask them a lot of questions. One of my students had mentioned that they like football, so I asked them more about that. So we talked about football and teams and whatever. Then it turned into a whole conversation about fantasy football. Some other kids joined in, even ones that like didn't know what we were necessarily talking about, but it was just fun to be a part of the conversation. And then the conversation ended, they went to play more games. And I went back to my table. After that conversation happened, another student who wasn't part of that conversation, she came over and she was like, "Miss Roma, what does draft mean?" So in my head, I was like, oh, she probably overheard us. So then I started explaining what a draft is in terms of sports. I was like, oh, it's almost like you're the captain of a team and then you get to choose who's going to be on your team. So your draft picks are just like the players you're choosing to be a part of your team. And she looks at me and says, oh, that's cool. But I was actually asking because the word draft popped up next to my assignment and I didn't know what that meant. She was asking me about saving a draft of her work because she's not done yet. Oops. Anyway.